Well, hello everybody. It is Brad.
And I'm Christa.
With a Big Family Homestead. And man, oh man, it has been far too long.
It has been way too long since we've done a live cooking thingy.
This is not just cooking, though.
No, this is not just cooking.
Look at my list.
He has a list again.
I am listless. No, I'm listful. I'm listful.
You're full of lists?
I'm full of lists.
Full of lists.
And I'll tell you what, guys, we are going to be making our, I'm not going to say world famous, because it's not as good as some New York style pizzas, but it is doggone as close as you could probably get at home.
It's probably some of the best we've made at home. And we've been making homemade pizza for, I don't know what, 8 years?
And we've been constantly
tweaking
it. Because, we should probably tell them. We're making New York style pizza.
Right.
We're also going to be talking about dairy goats. So yeah, pizza and goats, they mix really well.
They go together.
And we're also going to be talking about a seed swap. And we also are going to be talking about all kinds of stuff. It's going to be crazy. The madness. So while we're waiting for a few folks to show up, by the way, this is going to be from scratch.
The only thing I am not making from scratch is the cheese,
which we're working on as Brad pensively strokes his beard.
Right.
Ah. Dang, you look good, girl.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Goodness gracious me. Sounded like Gandalf there.
Oh, boy.
So, okay, while we're waiting for people to hang in there, hello, everybody. I'm looking at comments. If you wonder why I'm looking down, there's a computer right here.
Yeah.
That way I can do this and be nerdy and see there's a camera, there's a camera.
And you can't see any of the stuff behind the counter, except for this.
It's like the Wizard of Oz.
Right.
Pay no attention
to the man behind
the computer that's behind this
counter.
So I will try to catch comments as I can, but I'm the click guy. So.
And you know I don't know if it'll help if you put them in all caps.
If you have a question, please do put them in all caps, and it'll help me to catch.
Right.
I might not be able to catch everything, but
we'll
I
try.
will do my level best,
We will definitely try.
So, okay, goats. We're talking about goats today. We've got a friend of the channel who has been tending his herd, his flock. His
flock is chickens. Herd is goats.
No, it's flock of seagulls.
Whatever. They
ran so far away. If you grew up in the 80s, what?
That's breaking
get a hair job like that guy. He had a weird.
I have no idea who you're talking about.
And I ran.
I know the song, but I have no idea what the guy looks like.
He couldn't get away. It was a cool song. One hit wonder. Anyway, we're talking about goats. We're going to talk about a seed swap. We are also, we're getting ready to have, not we. Well, I guess we are, the baby calf.
Yes, our cow that she's a heifer. She's a heifer, which means that she has never had a calf. So she is a new time mom. She is due with her calf next weekend. So we are super excited. We cannot wait to see how that goes.
I imagine it will be explosive. And yes, I did program myself the explosion button again.
Yeah, I did.
The splosions.
The
splosions. Okay. And I see up here, there was somebody, Aquadrop61 says, did he leave you any room to work?
Are you kidding?
Look.
Are you kidding? I have this much space.
Yeah, it's all her.
All my space.
I'm at the kids' table.
It's this big. No, I do have 3/4 of the table and the cooktop. The stove is underneath the middle here. And so he has itty bitty working space.
Itty bitty tiny living space.
Little itty bitty working space.
And that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. So other things that are going on, you may find this bizarre, but I cleaned my room and I'm happy about it. I'm excited.
You have to do that at least twice a month.
No. No, you see, okay, for you folks who do any kind of tech stuff, we have a special kind of OCD.
Yeah.
Now, creative people, the people that are like, who, that's not us. Nerdy people that are techie nerdy people, if that pencil is out of the wrong alignment with the rest of the feng shui of the yin yang in the room, I can't think straight.
No.
And ever since we've lived here, I have not gotten it all together because we've been doing homestead stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm excited about the homestead stuff, but man, if my nerdy OCD has not just been going, okay, calm down. Calm down. Your pills, Garth, your pills.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so.
Right.
So yeah, it's a big deal. I got everything connected and everything's talking to all of the other things. It's like talking to Charlie Brown's
The rest
teacher
of the
right
house
now,
is a disaster.
That's not my.
I know that's not your thing. Not your thing, but not your area.
It's like Sideshow Bob.
Yeah.
Okay.
Funny.
So other stuff that's going on is, well, it's official. We are now out of full-blown winter, but we're not in spring yet, but we're in mud season.
We are straight up mud season. The highs around here are, well, I think today it's in the 30s, but the sun is shining. It's supposed to be in the 50s tomorrow, so everything's melting. The majority of the snow is gone, but then you've got the big piles here and there. But the ground is definitely not thawed, and it is definitely soggy.
Soggy bottom, boys.
Definitely soggy.
Soggy.
So, yeah.
Yeah, and so, yeah, move that thing. And the other thing. Ain't that the truth?
No kidding.
Hey, Heather's here.
Hey, Heather.
Going Betty.
Yeah.
We've been praying for your family.
Yes.
Yep. Other stuff. Let's see. See if I can read my own writing. Oh, packaging up the beard balms.
Right.
We made another run of beard balms and the hand creams that Christa, well, we worked together on it.
Yes. You make the product.
I make it.
I ship the product.
And you pack it up and...
I deal with the website and the inventory and all of the orders, and so I make sure that everything's in the envelope properly and the label is attached and blah blah blah. And so that's well, I like that part of it.
Which is funny because our roles are reversed in there.
Yeah.
And that I'd rather just click, but for whatever reason, I like making the stuff.
Yeah.
And we are getting such good, responses that you wouldn't believe on the hand creams and the beard balms specifically.
Yeah.
A lot of people like the lip balm too, but I digress. We're making pizza. The long and short of it is thank you very much for helping support us through buying hand creams and beard.
And those are going out in the mail tomorrow.
So if
we're
you've got
here
one
today. So if you haven't ordered, don't worry, it's coming.
And there's a link down below for those of you who haven't ordered yet. So there you go. Thank you.
Yeah.
So other stuff, no, I think it's time to get into some pizza making.
Time to get my hands dirty.
Get your pizza on.
My pizza on.
So I will start before you get into the dough. The very first thing you need to do, and this is 2 hours before you start.
Right. Yeah, so you have to definitely turn your oven on to the hottest it will go. Okay, not more than safe, but we turn ours to 550 degrees. Some ovens only go up to 500 degrees. So that's the hottest it can go. Do that.
And I know that New York style pizza, their ovens are 800 degrees. Some are 9.
9, yeah.
Don't fret it.
Don't worry.
Like I said, this is going to be a close facsimile. It's not like you're going to be down in Brooklyn, but it's going to be close.
Right. Something that we use as well, and I can pull out our other one, is a pizza stone. And as you can see, this one has been well loved. This
and
pizza
that's the
stone.
new one.
No, they're both about 20 years old.
Oh, I thought that was the one because we broke one.
No, these are Pampered Chef ones, and I've never broken a Pampered Chef one.
Oh, we broke the one from Walmart.
We broke the one from Walmart. It just cracked in the oven. But the reason it comes kind of this color. The reason it's this color is because it's been well loved. And you don't wash these with soap at all. And it's like cast iron where it's well seasoned, and you don't have to wash it. You don't have to scrub it. You just rinse it off and kind of scrape it. So
it's like your husband. He's well seasoned.
Yes, he is definitely well seasoned.
My salt and pepper have gone bye-bye. I only have salt.
Right. That is so very true.
Mike DeFazio says, turn the oven to 11. This one goes to 11.
Yes. But yeah, we turned this on about an hour and a half ago, maybe an hour ago. You definitely want to turn it on about an hour before you're going to start cooking, because that stone will then thoroughly heat through, because that is what's going to really cook your pizza, because you want that nice hot stone to cook the bottom of your pizza. Now, if you don't have that, you can use a cookie sheet. However, the pizza stone just works really, really well. So
yes. So you're going to start making the dough. That means I get to go to my second camera.
Woo-hoo.
Close cam. Bang.
Looky there, looky there.
Actually, you know what? I'll go to my side-by-side cam. Check this nerdiness out, people. Look at this. You can see what you're doing.
Oh, and us.
Come on.
That's so cool. He's gotten all nerdy. And he started doing this stuff on Monday? Or was it Sunday?
That was cleaning my room.
Well, yeah, but then he started with this, and it's just been really, really funny. Fun. Now, I'm actually glad you have this picture and this picture going. Of course, that is really bright. There, that's bright.
Okay. It'll change when you get goop in there.
True. Okay, so we are going to start with the recipe, and as you can see on the left screen of the screen, is the recipe for this. And yes, we are going to measure the water and the flour in grams.
Why?
Because I don't know why.
I can tell you why.
Tell me why.
Because this is where we got the recipe
This is where we got and it's more on weight, because sometimes when you measure a cup of flour, it's heavier than what the recipe requires. That's why I drew a blank. So if you weigh your flour, then you have the exact amount of flour, and you don't have to worry about cups, because everybody will measure a cup of flour very differently.
Whereas I don't measure them at all.
Right.
I just go, that looks like enough.
So those are the only things that we're going to measure in grams, or measure at all, is the flour and the water. The rest we will use teaspoons. And then I will kind of just guess on the olive oil, because that's what I like to do. So I'm going to go ahead and measure. Oh, I got to turn my scale back on. And it is in grams. I don't have it converted yet. And a lot of the scales, like this one was a cheapie from Walmart. There's a little button on the bottom where you can do grams, milliliters, and pounds and ounces. So I'm going to zero this out.
Tell me more. Tell
me more. Yeah. And then go ahead and measure the flour to 796. I know, very specific grams of flour.
Trust me, people. If you make this pizza, or rather, when you make this pizza, you will write us an email and you'll say,
you'll thank us.
Wow, that was really awesome. Thank you, Christa. Yeah. You have enlightened me. Now, I don't have to eat that cardboard that comes in the frozen section anymore. Right.
That's, oops, I got too much.
1 more gram.
There. Oh, I got it exactly. Look at there. Now I'll go ahead and put this in the metal bowl that I have sitting right here, because I now need to measure the water. Now I have 2 glasses of water.
Whoops, that's
one
really
is
blown out.
Empty. Sorry.
That's not you.
So one is empty, so I can zero it out so I can get the exact amount of water, and we need 493 grams of water.
Agua.
And no, I'm not measuring milliliters because I want weight. 493, almost there.
Love Camp, thank you very much. Or is that, no, Love to Camp. Whoops. Didn't mean it to sound other than what your name really is, but it's very small on this screen. Love to Camp 1987. Love the video effects. Yes.
Okay.
Thank you. And also love the bread recipes.
Yeah, awesome. So I'm going to set this aside because I don't need this just yet. So what I'm going to put in next is the salt, which is 2.5 teaspoons of salt. We like our, and if you don't like as much salt in your dough, by all means, you don't have to put that much salt in your dough. I'm going to move this out of the way.
Wallace Knife Works and Homestead is here.
Hey.
And they make great custom knives.
Yes, they do.
Google it.
Yes, they do.
Excellent knives.
All right. So now I'm also going to put in only 1 teaspoon of yeast. And yep, I did put it right on top of my salt. And that's going to be completely
It's gonna be all right.
I forgot the sugar.
It's right over there. I'll cut away to the far side cam. Yeah, you can have many cams. Oops, that's the wrong one. You didn't want to. Hey, let's go over to this cam.
What cam did you show?
I went to the cam that might have maybe been showing.
Oh, thanks.
The rear
Appreciate
view.
that. Oh, that's awesome. That's
Sorry
why
about
I kind
that,
of was
honey.
to the side.
Sorry about that, honey. It was pointed in the wrong direction.
So we only need 2 teaspoons of sugar. And, you know, honestly, you can eliminate this, but the sugar is really only there for the yeast to...
Phoebe says she's an excellent knife maker. We do a... Well,
I didn't know that.
I do a Bible devotion.
Mm-hmm.
See, yeah, if I could maybe not trip over myself, I might convince some of you guys to might be worth looking at it. But it's Monday through Friday, Big Family Devotions at 8:30 in the morning. But Phoebe comes to that, and I never would have expected that from reading her comments, that she's a knife maker.
She is so funny.
Snarky.
She is so funny. I mean, she always comes up with these awesome cracks, and it's really, so Phoebe, you're really funny.
Canadian in her. She's
Must
a Canuck.
It must be. Okay, so all I did was I mixed this up with a whisk just to combine the sugar, the salt, and the yeast. Now, this water is not warm. This water is cold. And this,
it's going to
be fine. You'll see why. You'll see why. So I'm just going to pour this in. And I'm using, I know a lot of you are going to scream at me, you're using your spoon wrong. Actually, I'm not. This kind of simulates the dough hook on a kitchen. I know I have to actually do it on the KitchenAid. But
you go girl.
So this is how I use this. I saw it in another video, and it really worked. So I will just mix this up until it's not wet. Okay.
Hey, Nikki, we put that in there as grams intentionally. There are plenty of converters that all you have to do is go into Google and type in grams, how many grams to cups or half cups or whatever it is that you want, and it'll instantly spit out the right measurement. So
the reason it's there, I honestly, I just haven't converted it yet. So my apologies. Okay, we're not done, but I'm going to stop for just a second. Now we need to put in some olive oil. Now that this is all kind of taken on the water, I'm going to just put it says a tablespoon. This didn't open right. A tablespoon of oil, so I'm totally guessing.
You just put in corn syrup, honey.
No, I did not. It's olive oil, see?
That would make it a little bit different of a recipe.
Yeah, wouldn't it? Okay, so I will do this for just a second just to incorporate that oil, and then I'm done mixing by hand or with a spoon, and I have to take my hand, and I know this seems really dry and you're going to want to throw more water at it. Please don't. Trust me when I tell you, all the water that I put in there will be absorbed into all of this, I should say, the water will be absorbed into the flour.
Yeah.
I said that right.
Yeah.
And it takes some time to make this a smooth dough. Mm-hmm. Actually, I made this for Claire earlier today.
Our daughter Claire.
Our daughter Claire, sorry. She came from her place, her apartment, and she was taking a few of the kids to spend the night with her tonight. So she's been wanting to have a sleepover with the kids.
Yep. And Hope's here because she, poor thing's got to work tomorrow.
Yeah, Hope has to work tomorrow.
Oh, the humanity.
I know.
Oh.
She was okay with it because next weekend when she doesn't have to work, she gets to go and spend the whole weekend with Claire.
Yeah.
All by herself. So as you can see, it's starting to come together, but we're not quite there yet.
Explain how it is that you're doing the incorporating, because it does make a difference. It brings air in as well.
It's also stretching the dough to create that, to help stretch that gluten.
So you're kind of pulling it around.
Yes. I pull it and kind of fold it over and press down with the heel of my hand.
Yep.
And then these, stray pieces I kind of cram in the middle to get those incorporated easier. And then what I'll do is I will go ahead and I will put this on the kitchen counter because I do need to knead it for several minutes.
It's always good to be kneaded.
I know. It makes a better dough.
Are you hearing that?
Is there somebody here? I didn't think anybody was coming over.
No. Good. Just keep.
Okay, I'll keep going. This takes a few minutes.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me go check. Front door. Let's see.
Brad, Christa, you guys home? They said they come over. Hello?
Hello.
Hey, Brad.
Hey, Christa.
Thanks for having us tonight.
We're excited to be here.
I heard you want to talk about a seed
A
swap.
seed swap.
Don't start.
We're really enjoying all the comments from the subscribers that you sent over.
There seems to be a theme, though, Brad. Everyone's saying it's your fault. I don't know. Sounds about right, though.
So there's still time for you to get involved in the seed swap. It ends on Friday, April the 2nd. Basically how it works is you're going to send us 10 packets of seeds, and we're going to send you 10 packets of seeds back. It can be vegetables or it could be flowers.
Does candy corn count?
No, candy corn doesn't count.
I tried, Brad. So if you're interested, check out our video that we put out earlier this week.
We're really excited to get to know our new subscribers.
Thanks, guys. Have a great night.
Night.
Boy, isn't that nice when you have friends come
I
over?
love that. That's so awesome.
We actually don't mind unexpected friends unless you're, psychotic. Then that's a problem. If you're crazy, it's kind of best if you stay home. Mildly weird. We're okay with mildly weird.
Well,
We're even
look at
okay with
us.
weird.
Right.
Yeah. So here's the scoop, guys. We have in the past done a seed swap, like they're talking about. But having moved into this new house just recently, we just don't have the time to do it. And I felt like, boy, oh boy, I don't want to have people miss out on that, especially now. Community building stuff, especially now. And so if you are a gardener or want to be a gardener, go on over to Celtic Roots Farm. It's a YouTube channel. And sign up to be a subscriber. And there's a video right there that explains every little detail about how the seed swap's going to work.
That's right.
And it's super cool because you may end up meeting a friend, like a pen pal. Like back in old school days, I keep holding my hand up here and I don't know why. I feel like
I don't know what to do with my hands.
don't know what to do with my hands because it's not on a mouse. I'll put it down here. So yeah, no, basically go to Celtic Roots Farm and check it out and participate because they're good people. They make good videos. They're very informative and sub them up. And when you do sub them up, leave a funny comment for me. Just say some crazy thing like, the moose is on the roof. I repeat, the moose is on the roof. Or, boy, that pickle looks delicious. On a video that has nothing to do with pickles.
Oh my goodness.
So leave them a comment because that would be really fun.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay. So back to the doughing. Are you still doughing?
I am doughing.
Let me go.
Because I was doughing
here.
while we were talking.
Ooh, look at that. Oh, that's
Wrong
not a good
camera.
camera for this. We need this camera.
Yeah.
Hold on. What's going on?
All right, so I have been needing this, well, since the
It's good to be
since our
needed.
neighbor showed up, and so it's a little tacky, but
Don't I know it? Yeah.
and as you can see, I didn't put any flour on the counter because I wanted all of the flour that was in here to
You're on the close cam, baby.
I didn't know that.
Go just peek over. Just
to
peek
be
over.
to be incorporated with that water. So this is pretty much done, just like so. As you can see, not really because it's bright,
Yeah.
but there you go. Now, what I will do with this is I will divide this into 6 pieces that are approximately 8 ounces each. And then I will put them into a greased container, like so.
Hold on. They're saying that the stream shut down. I think you need to refresh, guys. Here, let me just put it in there. Something happened.
Karen says not buffering here.
Okay, well then we'll just keep going. That's all right. Don't you worry about it.
Okay.
We're looking at a piece of dough. We should probably go to a camera where people will see us.
Okay.
So we will.
Okay. So I don't know if you guys missed it, but I have the dough. It is all ready. It's a little bit tacky, but not like sticking to my hands, okay? So what I will do is I will divide this into 6 pieces that are approximately 8 ounces each. Oh, there it is.
There you go.
And then I'll put it in this greased tub and put a lid on it. I'm gonna put a lid on it.
Gonna put a lid on it.
So is there anybody that has any questions about what we've done so far?
Okay, let's see. Fellow pizza snobs. Oh, Celtic Roots are they're pizza snobs. I didn't
Good.
know
Now
that.
you'll love this.
They got
honestly.
a whole lot of hearts there. Phoebe, I'm back.
That's awesome.
Yeah. You know what's funny is somebody mentioned I think it was shoot.
Bang.
No. It was someone that's been a friend of the channel for a while mentioned it's the Klingons, but that is maybe causing a problem with the stream. But I just realized that the transition that I made looks like a photon torpedo that the Klingons would have employed had they desired to shut off the stream.
That's really funny.
Just saying.
Now, you could make these bigger. You could make them smaller. It is really entirely up to you. But what I'll do is, so I've divided them all into approximately 7 to 8 ounces. I mean, that's a half a pound of dough. And when I stretch it out, it will be about 12 to 14 inches.
Yeah.
12 to 14 inches.
Because there is actually Mama used to have a way that she would actually make the pies out, and it is honestly nowhere near as good as the changes she's made now, and it makes a big difference.
It's a huge difference.
Yep.
There is actually now a crust where if I rolled it with a rolling pin, there was, oh, shoot, my microphone just.
That's okay. That one was not expensive at all in any way. It really was. It really was. But it's okay. I get a new one now.
It didn't hit the ground.
I heard it.
Only a little.
I heard it bounce.
Did not.
Oh my gosh.
Did not.
Laura H is asking, did you say the tub is greased?
Yes, it is greased. Not greased. I know a lot of people, it's different. It's a whatever. I always say greased.
Yes. Yeah.
But yes, it is greased, and I'm going to put a lid on it, just like so. Now, this dough will not get used for up to 72 hours.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Because?
So, with TV magic, we have prepped dough over there. The thing is, you want to leave it in a refrigerated area for at least 72 hours because it just, the flavors and the yeasty flavor really does an amazing job with this. So,
you know, Karen D is asking an interesting question, and that might be a really good idea. Is Christa, will you be doing a cooking / class online? And that's probably a really good thing to think about.
what do you mean by online?
Where people will come and they log on and they participate.
Oh, like a webinar thing?
Yeah, that might be a thing to think about.
Sure, I can do that.
Okay.
Sure.
So, all right, now, like she said, that dough won't get messed with.
That one you leave in the refrigerator for up to 72 hours, not longer than that, because then it gets kind of funky.
But you don't want to really use it the same day if you can avoid it. It's still going to make pizza.
It'll still make pizza. It just don't put it in the refrigerator. If you are going to use it the same day, don't put it in the refrigerator. Leave it on your counter. But I recommend, doing it the next day or the day after. These I made it yesterday because I forgot to make it the day before. But then I took them out this morning and they grew. Oh, that smells so good.
Yeah, it does. Hold on. Here, I'll take that for you.
I was going to stick.
Because you don't know, because then they'll mess with the focus on the camera. Can't mess with the focus on the camera. You're on the close mic now.
Okay, fine.
Close mic.
Okay.
That's you. Close mic.
Right.
That's there.
Okay, so this is
It's
what
over there.
I made
If
yesterday.
you're ever wondering, you just turn your head a little bit and you can see it. It's right here. Come on, baby. She is so irritated.
Just a tad.
But the funny thing is it's whatever. I get pizza here in a little bit.
Maybe.
And my part's coming up.
Right, I know, but
This is a team.
I can't do this part yet. I have to make
team.
the sauce first.
Yeah.
So I will put this back over here.
Oh, good question. Good question.
Yes.
And this is the second time it's come up.
Yes.
Faith and Family is asking, can you freeze them?
Oh gosh.
We have not.
I have not. No.
But
I
that's
don't.
because we use them all at once.
We're not huge fans of frozen bread
Breads.
products because if you forget about them, then they get freezer burned and it's just a waste. So we make it as we are going to use it. So I will make bread, like a loaf of bread I will make, and I'll make enough for the week, and that will be it. So.
Okay, Mama Bear is asking a question, and she seems to be getting a little snarky about it, so I guess we'll have to get to that question right now.
Alrighty.
We'll just do all the things that
you
want
wanna
to
do.
No, she asked before,
No.
and I just didn't find a good way to bring it in.
Okay.
And that is, does it matter what kind of bowl?
No.
Now,
No.
it also mixed or store.
What?
What does it matter if it's just mixed or do you store it? Here, I'll read the exact comment. Hello, dunk, 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 McFly. Does it matter the type of bowl or mixed in or store? Question mark.
Okay, so the bowl that I mix it in is just a metal bowl. You can use a glass bowl. You can use whatever bowl you have. It can be a plastic bowl. It doesn't matter. Now, when I store it in a plastic bin with a plastic lid because that's just easy. And I mean, they don't have metal ones. I mean, if you had a glass one, a big enough glass one that had a plastic lid on it, you could do that too. So it doesn't really matter.
I can tell you that
Did I
the
answer the
Italian.
question right?
Well, yeah, no, you answered the question right, and she's saying thank you.
Okay, good.
But I would say that I've worked in a couple different Italian restaurants when I was a kid. Pizza Hut does not count, so I'm not counting Pizza Hut as an Italian restaurant.
But you did work in Pizza Hut.
But the actual Italian restaurants that I worked in, they all use those restaurant style bowls.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
They did that probably because they had access to it and it worked. I don't know if there's anything chemically reactive that is going to stop you from doing it one way or the other. But if I was using plastic, I'd sure use something that was BPA free.
Yeah, I don't have I don't use a lot of plastic anyway. I have a couple things for such as this, but not a regular occurrence. I like the metal because you can really sanitize it. If I needed to, I could boil it. I could put boiling water in it and sanitize the bowl, but I never have done that.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so Karen D. It's funny, Frank Cat something, I don't know how to pronounce his name correctly, so I will not butcher it. Watch his videos on Moringa, you'll be amazed. Well, we market it because we work with a company that we love.
Yeah, right.
Our Pura Vida. And we're not talking about Moringa today, but we love it. It's changed me. I mean, look, I have RA and I've got the other kind and I've got the other kind and I've got all kinds of kinds. And it used to be debilitating. And I was on a $2,500 a month shot and now I'm not.
Yeah.
But let's get back to pizza. So now the sauce. Now that the dough is made, the sauce.
Right. And this sauce you can make early in the morning, the day before. I mean, we've even had it in the refrigerator for 2 weeks, and the kids will have, they'll just make little quesadillas with the pizza sauce, and it's still delicious.
Yep. They'll even put it straight on a tortilla.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
Well, quesadilla, but that's okay.
I meant to say tortilla,
It's okay.
not a quesadilla.
It's all right,
Anyway.
babe. It's all good.
It's all good. Okay. So, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. You're going to want 2 cans of the plain diced tomatoes. You could use seasoned, but I add my own seasonings because I like it a certain way.
Kelly, that is very kind
Thank
of you.
you, Kelly.
It says prepayment for dinner.
Ha!
All right.
Too funny.
Come on over. As long as you're not psychotic. Remember, that's the rule.
Right. Oh, I forgot. I have this cam here too. So I have an 8-cup Pyrex bowl. You can use whatever kind of bowl you want. I just like this one because it has a flat-ish bottom. So we're putting 2 cans of the plain diced tomatoes in here. 2 heaping glugs of garlic, because why not? And then a couple of glugs of I'm using grapeseed oil for the sauce. I used olive oil in the dough, but I love the grapeseed oil because it doesn't add any additional flavor to it. So then we need a teaspoon and a half, isn't it? A teaspoon and a half of salt.
Oh, for the sauce?
Yes.
It says teaspoon.
And a half or just one?
Oh, well. 1 teaspoon.
I had to make up the recipe because I never measure, honestly.
Yeah.
Never measure.
I generally don't either.
Yeah. And the sauce seems to turn out pretty much the same every time.
Yes, it does.
So is it
really
a teaspoon of the chef's choice?
Of the chef's choice, 1 teaspoon.
Okay.
Now,
And these are
what year? Okay, you may be wondering, what the heck is chef's choice? It's we sell Thrive Life stuff. But this is not.
It's not a commercial. This is what we use.
Yeah, this is honestly what we use,
Yeah.
and it's a blend of. Let's see what's in here: salt, spices. What does that mean? You know,
Yeah, I don't know. I just love it.
onion, garlic, chili pepper, and natural flavors, citric acid, and sugar. So whatever spices are in there, they're being secretive. Yeah. But I do know that there's some actual freeze-dried peppers, like red, yellow, and green. And this stuff is ridiculous.
So yummy.
I know this doesn't sound like it should go in a pizza sauce, but it works.
Yeah.
It works.
Yeah, so the other seasonings that we use that I put in here while he was telling you about that is the Italian and the salad blend. And I am sorry to say, but this is probably our last salad blend ever.
They discontinued
They discontinued it, and I'm quite sad about it. But I can tell you what's in it because I'm going to recreate it. Parsley, garlic, white onion, chive, and red onion. So I'm going to find those freeze-dried items and put them together myself because I love this blend.
That's funny. Old Glory Farm is here, and she said, and it is a she.
Yes.
Who would be watching this.
Yes.
I know he, and I like he. He's a cannon man. And he, like, literally, boom, cannons. He's got cannons.
They do Civil War reenactments.
And it's cool. They let me fire a cannon.
Yeah.
They let me fire a cannon.
Right.
And, but she's mentioning here, just put some Chef's Choice in my sourdough crackers.
Ooh, yum.
A couple minutes ago.
Yummy.
Now, that's really funny because there's an individual here who might have to have something thrown at the camera right now. And poor James, I feel for you, James. He's saying, do we have a gluten-free pizza dough recipe? And brother, I'm here to tell you, that's not pizza, man.
No, okay.
It's just not. And
It's
I know
not
there's a
the
lot
same.
of reasons
Right.
for people to have gluten-free,
Right.
but I'm feeling for you.
I'm sorry. We don't have, we are not gluten-free here, and so I'm sorry, I don't have any gluten-free recipes. However, Thrive Life does have, now, and sorry, this is really not an ad, but they have a gluten-free flour, and I have been wanting to try this with our pizza recipe just to see how it would taste, or how it would, but
Well, and and I know there's a lot of reasons for folks to do gluten-free.
Right.
And I'm just obviously just teasing. But,
right.
So anyway, but Celtic Roots Farm and the Bulletproof Pastor have been trading jokes back and forth, pizza jokes. And here's one that is noteworthy.
Okay.
And that's, how do you fix a broken pizza? With tomato paste. The
Funny. That's really funny.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Yeah. Okay,
right.
so actually, you know what? Let's continue on with your sauce.
Okay.
Please.
Okay. So now we have all of our ingredients in our bowl. It's time to blend.
Blending blender
Right.
woman.
And you don't have to use an immersion blender, a stick blender. You can use a regular blender. I find this easy. It's less cleanup. So just blend it until it's all incorporated and smooth. That's all. If you wanted chunks, don't blend as much. I don't like chunks I don't like chunks of tomato on my pizza.
There's another joke that this is pretty funny. So I gotta know, he's probably Googling pizza jokes because there's no way you could come up with them this fast.
Nah.
But he says, why did the hipster burn his lips? He ate his pizza before it was cool.
Oh my Lord. That is so corny.
That's perfect. There's no way he's not coming up with these on his own. No way. Although he is pretty cool. He's got a beard that just, I think it should have its own
Zip code?
zip code.
Yeah. Definitely.
Zip code. Sorry, we're on the wide.
Okay,
channel.
so no, that's fine. So this is all blended. It literally takes just a minute to get it to where it needs to be. And we're done with the sauce.
Yeah.
That's how easy it is.
Yeah. All right. So now that the sauce is the boss, here, I'll go to the close cam so you can kind of show it. Although I will say that these webcam cameras, even the really, really good ones, they don't look very great. And we even have a 4K one, and it just doesn't work as well as we're seeing with our eyes, just so you know.
Right. Now, this may look kind of runny. It is not. It works out really, really well on the pizza. Let me taste it.
Yep, that's right. Okay, main cam.
Perfect.
You be the judge of that, please. Just a little, a tweak. Oh, yeah.
Yep.
That is not what you do in a restaurant setting.
No.
You see what I just did? I did the cardinal sin. I tasted and put it back. But you did too.
So did I.
You did too. But it's at home, so what are you going to do?
It's my house.
Can you can the pizza sauce?
Sure.
Yeah?
I mean, it came from canned tomatoes, so why not?
You could can it if it was fresh.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely. That would be great. You know, that's an excellent idea. We should probably do that because you never know when you need the good stuff.
Right. Now, you probably would water bath it, not pressure can it, if I'm right on that.
Tomatoes. Yeah, tomatoes don't need to be
No, tomatoes
Pressure
are
can.
water baths, so you would water bath it, and I would say probably 10 minutes or 5 minutes and you're done.
Yeah.
But I've not done it, so don't quote me on that.
Yep. Yeah, that would get you chopped on the TV show. That you can't put your mouth on something and stick it back in the food unless it's
I'm not
family.
sick.
Unless it's family,
Unless it's
right?
family,
Unless it's
right.
family. Keeping it in the family. Water bath. Yep, says Jeanette.
All right.
I agree.
Okie dokie, good.
So,
All right, now for the fun part, okay?
but this is where technique comes
This
into
is
play.
definitely where technique comes into play. I'm gonna have to kind
me
of
to
take.
move?
No, you're
I
fine.
don't have much more room.
No, I know. You're fine. You're fine. Fine, baby.
Thanks, honey.
Okay.
What do you got going on over there?
Well, okay. Well, you got to do like split cam or
We'll go close.
go close.
We're going.
So I have just put in here 3 cups of flour. There's no exact measurement. Just I want a big mound of flour. Now I will take one of these pieces. I'll go over here.
There you go.
One of these dough pieces, okay, and I'm going to stick it straight down in the flour. I know you're probably screaming at me. Why are you doing that?
You'll see why.
You'll see why. Now there is a huge technique to this. I'm hoping that you can see what I'm doing easily. Now I need to shape the dough. I need to shape the crust.
Describing words, honey.
I know.
Describing.
I'm gonna.
I'm only saying
So-
that because she has to tell the kids this all the time when they're
Yes, I do.
in homeschool stuff.
I do. So what you need to do is you need to create that crust, and by doing that, I'm going to press about a 1/2 inch from the edge of the dough ball, and just do that all the way around. And I'm pressing down into the flour, but I'm creating that crust. And while it looks like a big donut or something, I don't know. Then I'm
it looks
flipping.
like a calzone that's misshapen.
Right. So I'm going to flip it over and do the exact same thing. Okay?
This is actually important.
This is a huge step. I'm creating that crust.
Looks
now-
like a flying dough saucer.
Oh, okay. So I'm going to have to put this here and bring this over here.
Aha.
So now this is
Part of the deal.
part of the deal, and I have to remember because it's been a few weeks since I've done it.
I'm going to the close cam, so don't don't mess up.
Okay.
They'll know.
So I'm gonna press this. I'm not rolling it. I'm not stretching it. I'm pressing this middle out, turn it a 1/4 turn, and do the same thing. So I'm creating the width now. Okay. And I forgot I do this first. I'm gonna put some more flour down.
I'm going to go back to the side-by-side cam.
Yeah, you can make funny
Just in
faces
case.
at me.
Well, they can
So,
see you now.
okay, so I'm sorry if you didn't see what I was doing. I'm pressing here, and I'm making, again, creating that crust. I don't know. I hope they can see what I'm doing.
I think so.
Okay.
It looks better on this view than it did the tight view. I got to figure out how to make it so it's not so blown out.
Right.
It must be a lighting thing.
Right. So again, I'm just kind of making this
pressing
bigger.
it.
I'm pressing it so that it kind of increases in size. Now, what I'll do is I will take my hands and fan out
As you're turning.
as
That's
I'm
important.
turning, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm kind of spreading my fingers
And
pulling to again increase the size of the diameter of the pizza, of the pie, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now I have to take my wedding ring off of this. So I take off my wedding ring so I don't poke through the crust.
Yeah.
So now when I pick this up and I'm going to stretch it.
Here, I got to go to the wide cam
Yes,
because
you
you're
can see.
kind of where you're at. There you go.
And I'm taking my thumbs and I'm kind of pulling it out.
But you
and
do
my
have to be
fingers,
careful that you don't poke through.
yeah, you have to be careful not to poke through, and I'm kind of just stretching it. carefully.
Yeah. Here, I'll use this camera and point it over there and see if that will help. That would be this cam. Yeah.
There. Okay. So you can kind of see that I'm kind of bringing my
See if I can
hands
bring
and
it
my
in closer. I can. Right. There you go.
there.
That's better.
I hope you can see this. So I'm just kind of pulling and stretching just with my fingers, oh so gently, and then spinning the pie around. I will not be throwing. I'm not a thrower.
No.
I'm just a stretcher.
Yep. Now, to answer a question here, is this a single pizza or larger? Well, that's
This
a loaded
is a
question.
single, well, it depends on who's eating it.
I don't.
No,
I don't even eat a half
he
one.
never eats a full pizza this size.
Yeah, they're like 14.
About 12 to 14 inches.
Yeah.
It's more of a personal pizza. It fits on our plates.
They're egging you on to throw the pie.
Sorry.
Yeah, you're making a hat.
Yeah, no, I'm not making a hat. Okay. So you can, I don't know if they can see
They can.
through it. No.
No.
I can, it's getting thin enough to where I can see, not through it, but I can start to see light through it. And there's some spots that need to be stretched, and you know, it's because the dough was still a little bit cold. But that is,
Okay, I'm going
I think
back
that's
to the
pretty much the
close
pie.
one, Mama.
okay. It is not, it doesn't
it's
have to be
awesome.
pretty. I'm not perfect at it yet, and I probably never will be, and that's really okay. So then the next thing we'll do is we will put this on the pizza peel with some cornmeal.
Right.
And I'll just sprinkle a little. That's hot.
They can't see that. Here, I'll go to a different camera. We'll go back to this one, and I'll change it to where they can kind of see what's going on here. That's this cam.
The cornmeal's hot. The heat from the oven is heating up all the stuff on top of the
There you
stove.
go.
All right, so the cornmeal is there for to help slide the pie into the oven.
Which is now heated, by the way.
Right. It's been going for
Yep, and
2 hours.
that is
about.
honestly one of the keys, is getting that pizza stone hot. So now it's my turn, isn't
Now
it?
it is your turn.
It is my turn. So,
Brad gets to cook today.
well, this is usually what usually happens.
This is.
I'll
this is-
explain
yeah.
what usually happens
Yeah.
is that we'll have family movie night or family game night, and we make the pizzas per whatever each individual wants. So we go youngest to oldest. Ruth gets hers first, and she usually goes with straight up cheese.
And olives usually.
Yeah.
Black olives.
She likes black
Kid
olives.
loves black olives.
And so we make them custom to what each child wants.
Yep.
And then so she's doing the dough, I do this part, and then we shuffle them in because we've got 2 pizza stones that fit into our oven, and that gives a good amount of time
Right.
for it to actually heat back up when one comes out.
Yep.
Because the temperature of the stone actually does help. It really is one of those things that helps you get it to like New York kind of semi-style pizza. Oh, poor Brutus,
Brutus
our
is
dog. He's whimpering and dreaming. So it does help. So anyway, that's one of the things. Oh, it's explosive. Of course it's explosive. Sorry. I saw the button, had to click it.
Of course.
So let's go to this camera, and I'll... So now we've got her sauce that she's made, and is this the big spoon? I love the big spoon.
He's very particular about the spoon
I
he
do.
uses for the sauce.
I do, and I like mine, believe it or not, a little saucy. A little too saucy for a lot
shocking.
of people, but I like it. I push it right up to the edge. Well, you leave a little bit because that,
You leave a little bit of the crust, right?
and I kind of puddle it up there. But you want a thin amount. You don't want it just so gloopy, but you also don't want it to be uncovered.
Right.
So
Now,
I'm almost about there.
I'm going to pause for just a second. I'm going to pause you for just a second.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, when we're making pizza for us, and we use again, this is really not a commercial. This is just what we do.
The commercial's coming.
The commercial's coming. No, the Thrive Life onions and mushrooms. I don't rehydrate them. I put them straight on top of the sauce.
They can't see you. Yeah, you gotta take a peek at this.
What camera you were using.
You were looking at.
I know I was.
She was sitting here looking at the piece. Whatever. Okay. We are unscripted, folks. We do not have a producer. It'll probably never happen.
No, no. So what I like to do is I take the onions and mushrooms and I put them straight on the sauce, dry and everything. But I won't do that because he doesn't like the onions and mushrooms
put it on his of it
pizza.
If you want. It's okay.
Okay, fine, good.
Okay.
I was gonna.
Okay.
No, I wasn't gonna.
Just on half. Don't. Whoa. She's encroaching. She's pizza encroaching.
I am not.
Oh my gosh.
I am
Here,
not.
I'll
And
show.
yeah, I like a lot of mushrooms. And I like mushrooms on my pizza.
Yeah. So
And
I'm
I'm not rehydrating them. I'm putting them on there dry because the sauce will
It rehydrates.
rehydrate them.
And onions.
And that's it.
Yep. So now, a word on the cheese.
Oh. You gonna talk about the cheese?
Well, we said in the very beginning of this video, this is not just a pizza making video.
No.
It's also homesteading stuff. And
Right.
Mom, we used to have goats. We used to have dairy goats.
Yep.
We do not, but we have a friend that does have dairy goats, and he's going to speak for just a few moments on dairy goats. So, because Mama loves goat
I love
cheese.
goat cheese, and that's the one thing that I do miss about not having goats is goat cheese. I absolutely love goat cheese on my pizza.
So here is the Bulletproof Pastor talking about goat.
Tyler Woods. I'm the Bulletproof Pastor on one channel. Brad asked me to give a quick video and tell you why we raise dairy goats. Dairy goats are a joy for us. They are so much fun, but on top of that, they give us good milk. The milk is good for yogurt, for cheeses, for making lotions and soaps, all kinds of uses. And the best part about it is they don't produce too much milk for us. And with not producing too much milk, they also don't eat too much feed. We struggle down here in South Texas to find enough good grass hay to feed our livestock as it is. Cows, they require a whole lot. And we have been raising Nubian goats mostly. We've been doing it about 20 years, and they've done real well for us. But we've been branching out now, and we've got a new one who is you can see her, that little black one that's behind that's a Nubian, and that one in the corner, about half high, that is a Nigerian dwarf. And she's full grown. In fact, she's pregnant. She's ready to deliver babies any moment. And these little guys, the value of these things, number one is the milk. Number two is the compost. In their stall, it's real messy. They spread hay all over everywhere. We let it stack up to provide heat as it decomposes through the winter. And then in the spring, we put it on the garden, and it is fabulous for growing material. It doesn't have to be composted like horse or cow manure does. And then the third thing is they're browsers. They eat weeds and they eat brush, and they clear land like a champ. So for these reasons, goats really work for us. It's the right amount of milk. It's they're easy to care for. They're fun. They're small enough. They don't take too much food, and they do a lot of work for what we do with them. Thanks again. Hope this helps.
All right. So thank you to Pastor Bulletproof, the Bulletproof Pastor.
Right.
He also has a YouTube channel that you might want to check out because he's a wealth of knowledge, and you want to talk about preparedness that has actual meaning behind it and not just, let's go grab a bunch of stuff. This is the guy you want to listen to.
Right.
So, not that there's other good ones out there or not. There's great folks out there. I'm not knocking anybody, but I am putting him at the forefront of, you should give him a listen. Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay. Now, before I finish up my portion, there's a word on the cheese. if you have access to truly low moisture, full fat milk, cheese, that's the way to go.
Right.
Mozzarella. Because here's the thing, when you buy that stuff that's already bagged up,
It's already shredded.
it's gonna work, but it's not gonna work well. And
Right.
and
Just agreeing with you.
okay, okay, it's all right, so good. The reason for it, folks, is they put an anti-caking agent on that stuff that's all shredded so it doesn't stick together. Well, the problem is that makes it taste funky and it doesn't melt right. So if you have trouble finding the real deal, like in Wisconsin, believe it or not, it's even kind of hard to find it here. But if you have a hard time finding it, one easy way to do it is look at cheese sticks.
Cheese sticks. Oh my gosh. Those make amazing.
cheese, sorry,
yeah, the
string
string, yeah, the string cheese, you know, that you put in your kids' lunches, that's the way to go. Up here, we can get them in a vacuum sealed bag where it's just the cheese sticks. They're not individually wrapped. That's the way to go. I can't even remember the name of the company that does them, but they are delicious.
Yep. And so all I do, just nothing fancy. You don't put a ton of cheese on there. That's one of the things that people do. They overdo it.
Yeah.
Like that's already too much in a lot of cases. I mean, it's not going to be because, well, it's kind of a cheese pizza with some kind of ick over there. I don't know what that's all about, but here, take the cheese.
Yes, dear.
Okay, so, and then that's what you got right there. So now we're going to go ahead and go back to, let's see, what camera should we go to? We should go
Probably
to this
the full.
camera because now it's just going in the oven.
Yep.
All right, do you want the honors?
Well, this is usually my job.
Yep.
All right, so I have the pizza stone on the top rack, as high as it goes. I don't know what it is, but it just really helps to. It just works awesome.
Well, every oven's going to be different.
Right.
You know your oven, and you know probably by trial and error where the good spots are and
Yeah.
the not so good spots.
Right.
And what we will do, based on if we have time, to be honest, because we're making pies and pulling pies, and we'll spin them.
Yeah.
Like halfway through, which is, it only takes like 8 minutes to cook it.
Yes, it doesn't take very long at the high temperature. It takes, yeah, like you said, about 8 minutes. So I will roll out a piece of a pie. He'll dress it, put it in.
Yep.
And then by the time we get another one ready to go in, the first one's almost done.
Yeah. Yeah. So in the interim, you know what? We have not done any talking on our Thrive Life stuff other than the little products here. So do you want to chat about that for a sec while we're waiting? Because we're waiting.
Well, okay. What about our Thrive Life? I love our Thrive Life products because
Whoa.
honestly,
Don't know what happened, folks. I know. This is our first time back in a long time. I'll get all the bugs worked out and no, there are no bugs in the pizza.
So how far?
None of it. It was when I clicked on the Thrive Life slides.
Oh, bummer! You
We
forgot
love
to add
our
a
Thrive
mic.
Life stuff.
Ah,
Yeah,
okay.
so, yeah, what we were saying is there's no weird chemicals.
No weird chemicals. It's just onions. It's just mushrooms. It's just pineapple. The apples have citric acid, which keeps them from turning brown. But it's just that food. You're not getting a bag of gloop. I mean,
Yeah.
that's how I describe some of the other.
Well, cheese, for example. the
the
cheese in the little
cheese.
cellophane wrappers. I'm sorry, but I still will buy that
Plastic.
once in a while because it's the perfect grilled cheese. But it is really bad for you.
It's so bad for you. It's
And-
one ingredient away from plastic, huh?
Well, I know, and that's what I was going to say, is that I even did a video in the past where I tried to burn it, and you can't burn it. It won't burn up.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's bizarre. But the Thrive Life stuff, it's just, if you want beef, it's just beef, or it's just beef and salt.
Right.
If you buy it that way.
Right.
You can buy it where it's
Without.
just beef or beef and salt.
Right.
But they have gotten a lot of stock back on the shelves. Because when COVID hit, man, everything was gone. Like,
Yeah.
and wisely so. Think about it. I mean, we're still in a pandemic, people. And so I can understand why people might think it's a good idea to have some food at home
Right.
that's not going to go bad without refrigeration.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know. Right now, a lot of people have been asking us, can we actually do okay as an extra side job with this?
Yep.
And the answer's
Yeah.
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 We
I mean,
do. We
we
live in the middle of
central
nowhere.
Wisconsin. So, and this is what we do.
Yeah. And we don't, bludgeon you with it. We talk about it when it's appropriate.
I think honestly, once a month we talk about it.
I think once a month.
Once a month. And and this is our income. This is our living. And
Well, God provides for us, and
Yeah.
He uses the
Right.
the tool of Thrive Life and
YouTube.
and then I do my production stuff, but
Right.
that's completely separate.
right.
You should probably take a peek. So,
Nope.
not yet, but right now, if you are interested at all in considering what that might look like, it's actually so cheap to get involved.
Yeah, it really is. I believe it's $100 for one, the social seller kit, which pretty much 95% of it is food.
Yeah, there's some business materials,
some-
but it's nothing much.
Business materials, but it is all yummy, delicious food.
It's cool because even if you didn't like it, if you got all the stuff and you decided 2 months from now, that's not for me. Well, you still bought food. It's not like,
Right.
and if you decide you don't want to do it, you know what? They don't make you jump through hoops. They don't try and twist your arm. You know what? All you do, just stop buying. And that's all
Right.
it is. After 6 months, you float away like a ship at sea. They don't
Right.
try and call you and harass you.
No.
It's not.
No.
That's what's so cool about it. And and I'll shut up then after this. The way I tell people is, what other business can you get involved in for $100 that every single person you're going to run into? Well, let me back up. You don't make the food. You didn't have to come up with the product.
Nope.
It's good marketing. Everything looks sharp. You don't have to, you don't have to convince somebody they need it.
No.
You don't make it. I don't store it here. We don't store it. We don't ship it. Everything's drop shipped.
Right.
So for $100, what other product can you say, hey, every person I run into, every single person needs this? It's not like a soap company that we've all probably been involved in at one point in our lives,
Right.
where you got to convince somebody this is the best soap that's ever been. No, it's just, I know that I have to eat tomorrow
Right.
and the next day.
Right.
So the links are up there if you're interested in finding out more. That's that.
Right. Jean Lee was asking, did we do Thrive Life before YouTube? We did not. We started YouTube the beginning of 2015, and we got into Thrive Life February of 2017.
But
So
the question you're really asking, was our channel big before then?
no,
No.
it
was
wasn't.
not.
It was small.
It's not $100 a month.
No.
Karen.
Sorry.
No.
To get the social seller kit, it is $100 done.
Then you're in.
Then you're in. Then you're a consultant. Then if you want to buy, well, not if you want to, if you want to maintain your consultant status, you need to buy something every month.
Just something.
Just something. I mean, it can be $10, $15, whatever. But if you want to qualify for the commissions, then you have to spend at least $50 a month.
Or sell $50 a month.
Or sell $50 a month. But
50
yeah.
has to come through.
Right.
But
right.
it doesn't have to be you.
Right.
There is another question.
Yes.
How do I get back in? I haven't sold anything, and yet I still, she wants to get back in. You just get another kit. That's all.
Well, how long ago was it that have you been buying something every month? If that's the case, then you are still in. You don't have to re-sign up.
You're in.
It's like you said before, if you stop buying things through Thrive Life, then after 6 months, then you lose your consultant status. But if you've bought something every month, then you still have that consultant status.
It's just a 6-month thing.
Right.
So there is that. Anyway, we can be done with chatting about Thrive because we're done. We're done. All right, let's get to the important stuff. Pizza time.
Exactly. All right.
So
I have one of these fancy dandy pans.
You know where I got that from?
Pizza Hut.
Yep. A long time ago, I worked at Pizza Hut when I was in high school. And they were throwing out stacks of their pans that they make the pan pizzas in. This is actually one of the ones that they had the hand toss. That's what they would use. And they were throwing them away. So I went and fished a few out of the dumpster.
You can get these at Walmart, though. I've seen them there.
Yeah. Hey, Vern. Vern's here.
Hey, Vern.
McDonald. Look at that. Oh, my gracious.
Some tongs to pull the pizza out because it is really, really hot.
Right. Whoa. Everybody on the ground. Looky there, folks. See? You can get those edges nice. But the pizza stone is, here, I'm going to try and hold it so I can give you, ooh, that's warm.
Hot.
That's warm, but I'll do it for you. I want you to be able to see it.
Here, you want to see the bottom too?
Take a look at that.
Look at that bottom. Look at that.
That's how it goes.
Okay.
So that combined, you can cut that up
Nope,
there.
that's your job.
Well,
I always hurt myself.
Okay. Well, usually, okay, if we're doing it the way that I normally do it, usually you want to let it sit on here for a few minutes. And the reason why is the holes.
Yeah.
Moisture. You want that to stay on there for just a little bit. And then in a couple minutes, we'll go ahead and I'll cut it up. So what do you want to talk about?
Well, I was just going to say, does anybody have any questions about what we've done today, so far?
Goats, seed swap,
Pizza, sauce, cheese. You name
let's.
Delaney B says that looks awesome. I wish you could smell it and taste it because it is awesome.
Okay.
This is my favorite pizza.
Oh, wait,
Here's my edge.
Where's the line?
It's right here.
Okay. We'll go like that.
And his half is bigger than that. You see that? He totally cut it. No, I'm just teasing.
Funny thing is, out of everybody in the house, you would not believe this to be true, but it is true. And you'll back me up.
Mm-hmm.
Who eats the least out of every single person in this house, including Ruth?
You.
I just don't eat. It's the build I've been given.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
he will eat maybe half of a pizza.
Maybe.
And okay, this is this is my hand. Okay.
Yeah,
my hand. This pizza is only slightly bigger than my hand.
This is a regular dinner plate.
Here, go to this cam again, baby.
Okay, well, here, let me show them. This is a regular dinner plate to give you an idea. And then regular dinner plate.
See, this is my hand. It's not a large pizza.
Oh, I should have put it on there first.
A smaller personal pizza.
It's bigger than what you'd get at a Pizza Hut, but it's smaller than a full pie.
Right. And you could probably go a little bit thinner on the crust, but you're risking poking through the dough.
Right.
Yeah.
So now, here's the most important thing to remember. Right now, today, if you bite into this right now, you're going to regret it.
Your face.
It's toasty.
It's hot. It's really, really hot.
Don't forget, it just came out of a 550-degree oven.
You're going to want to let that sit for just a few minutes. See, this cheese right here is kind of squishing back together.
So
on your side, my side, it's not. Look at
that's
that.
because it's loaded up with
Delicious
fungus.
mushrooms and
Fungus.
onions. There's a fungus among us.
You know, I like mushrooms, but my joke in the past used to be, you really probably shouldn't eat any kind of plant that does not require sunlight to grow.
Yeah, I know. And I used to hate not onions, mushrooms.
Shrooms.
Used to hate them. But I love them.
Let me go
Absolutely
ahead.
love them.
I'm going to try and do something you should. It's ready. But listen, I'll put this near. Hear that?
So crunchy.
Uh-huh. But
love
that's just the outer edge.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm talking with my mouth full of food.
Shame
I
on you.
realized. Did you hear that, guys? Is the dough from the cookbook I just got here? Jean is asking. It's
No.
tweaked.
It is not in the cookbook. This has been in the works for a long time. So Brad did put the recipe up in the video. So if you want to go back towards the beginning, you'll see the recipe for the pizza dough and the sauce. And again, the flour and the water is in grams. It goes by weight, not volume or ounces. I mean, so I just haven't converted it yet. So I probably should do that.
I'm going there. I'm going to do it.
Well, I already did. It's delicious.
Oh my Lanta.
So good.
I don't even care that it's in my beard. I don't. People. To make good pizza at home is not hard. It's not hard. It does take a little bit of time.
It does take some time and some planning ahead, because the better dough, the longer the dough sits, at least 72 hours, the better the crust tastes, because it has that yeasty flavor. It's really, really good.
Yeah. So that said, I think we're going to call it a day, because this pizza needs eaten and it ain't going to eat itself. So, folks, thank you for those who, well, all of you guys, every bit of it. But for those who bought the hand creams and the beard balms and the cookbooks, man, oh man, what a blessing.
So
And if you're interested in Thrive Life, email me or just use the links that are in the video description and check it out for yourself.
Yeah.
It's made a huge difference in our lives. We can live in a place that you normally can't find good work.
Right.
Although I will say, there's a lot of good jobs here. There
is.
really are.
There really is a lot of good jobs here.
But I digress. You can live anywhere you want to live, and you do what we do.
Right.
So,
I mean, yeah, there's a lot of good jobs here, but the winters are,
brutal.
yeah.
This was a mild winter.
This was a pretty mild winter. We only had about 2 weeks where it was in the negative 30s. So.
All right. So that said, if it has not been abundantly clear so far, we're a family of faith, and we love God and we love Jesus. And if you don't, man, you're missing out. And you might be missing out in a big way eternally. Not might, you will be. I'm just trying to, urge you, find out more. And we do a devotion Monday through Friday, Big Family Devotions, 8:30 in the morning, Central Time. And if that's you want to find out more, come on over. We don't try to force people to believe what we believe, because I don't think that that's how Jesus would do it. And I'm fairly certain he doesn't push himself on anybody. That said, we're going to say a quick prayer before we go. And so you've been forewarned. If that's not your thing, we'll hope to see you back next time, but we're not going to bludgeon you with anything like that, because frankly, I don't think that's how God works.
No.
So that said, let's pray. Father God, thank you so very much for how you love us. And even when life comes at us sideways, you'll never leave us and you'll never forsake us. And, oh, Lord, You've done everything for us, and I'm just so grateful that we can look to you as a kind and loving Father who has removed every obstacle so that we can come to you and be with you eternally and be with our family who've passed eternally. We love you, Jesus. Thank you so much. Amen.
Amen.
Alrighty, guys. So hope you have an awesome day. And my pizza's probably at the optimum eating temperature.
Right.
So that's what I'm going to do. Maybe go out with a bang.
Sure.
Bye, guys. Now what?
Have a blessed day.
Now what? I don't have an outro screen. I made everything else, but I didn't make an outro screen. So I'm going to put the intro at the outro.
Do
There
that.
you go. So here's your...